Hey guys, welcome to Tiffindale Rescue Realtors. And today, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yes, he does. We just talked about it.
Oh, don't give them away all our secrets.
Okay.
We really planned this a little more than we talked about.
Filthy, so I'm taking them off.
I was thinking that too.
I can't even see.
Yeah, well, I'm blurry, but that's okay. I'm blurry half the time anyway. Hey, it's kind of the new year. I don't know when this will be uploaded and put on, but it'll be somewhere in the new year. And we always want to give you guys tips and tricks and things to do to help boost your careers in real estate.
And get this year, rocking and rolling, because we tend to just get into routines and ruts, or we get really busy and we kind of forget to go back to the basics. And so sometimes, like in sports, it is very essential to just go back to the basics. Like, we don't need to worry about fancy plays, just dribble the ball.
And you have to be consistent, and you get better at what you do by being consistent.
And then those just become habits.
They do. Oh, we've got a book review coming up. Just be waiting. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, you might do that.
Yeah, we're going to do a review on it.
We also, you know what else? We also have our first 2 interview shows coming up.
We do have some interview shows coming up. So we do have a lot in the works for the show.
Yep.
We're really excited for it. So please subscribe, follow us. We've been posting some great content on our Instagram and our, sorry, I have to reject a call.
It's like, wear a watch, be interrupted while you're filming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, go ahead and like and subscribe to us.
Yeah.
On all of our
and
platforms.
share.
Yeah, and share.
Share with others. We're going to get better and better and better, and y'all are going to get better and better.
And we're going to all hold one another accountable.
Oh.
That's kind of, this is helping me stay accountable.
Well, yeah, it does. Oh, for sure.
Because we are having to make sure that we are doing what we say we're going to do and getting in here. But I digress. Today's topic
is Dale doesn't have coffee.
Dale does not have coffee. Dale has water, which we're proud of, but that's not the topic. It's funny because I have the tea. He's normally the tea drinker, but you did have enough coffee this morning.
I did.
Yeah, we had a networking event this morning.
It's a kind of networking event,
It is kind of a networking event. It's a networking event for realtors, but that's also what we're talking about today.
Well, kind of. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about networking.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Networking is the topic of the conversation for the day.
It really is.
I have to keep Dale on track sometimes.
Oh, you think? I just fake it real well. Networking is our topic. And in the real estate business, there's really, I think, my way I break it down in my head, there are 2 kinds of networking.
Yes.
There's networking like we did this morning at a tour event, where you're getting together with industry professionals, other agents, other brokers, roofers, lenders, et cetera, and that's very important. Why is that important?
Because a few reasons.
Go.
The first one is it helps you to build your team of professionals, so you're actually building a network of people to refer your clients to. It also, and with regards to our group specifically, it kind of helps you keep your head in the game.
Yeah, what does she mean by that? Yeah. It's so easy for realtors to go on this high. It's the new year, and I am going to kick some serious real estate butt. Well, by next week, it's like, oh my gosh, my deal fell apart.
Yeah.
They backed out. I don't want to get up and do this. I don't do that. Excuse. What the type of meeting that we had today, what it does is keep your head in the game, and it re-energizes you, or it should re-energize you to be able to go, you know what? That deal fell apart, but let's go find another.
Yeah. And there's a lot of part of the book that we're listening to right now, but being in the right environment also helps motivate you. So staying in these networking groups, and it's part of consistency, and we're not saying go to a ton of them. There is an overuse of it. You don't need to be going every meal of the day, which you can. We joke about it all the time in real estate. You could eat for free every day.
You could be drunk.
Yeah.
And never hungry, but broke.
But broke, because you're going to all the events, but you're not doing any business. And if you're at all these events, you're not doing any business. So pick 1 or 2 a week, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
And
it depends on where you are.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. And go consistently. Go consistently, because that's where you're going to keep that energy up, keep that motivation up. You're going to be around like-minded individuals. They're going to motivate you. You're going to get ideas for ways that you can actually do things in your business. And it's just, we are a culmination of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And actually, it's more than that. I think I posted about that a couple weeks ago.
And I'm going to repeat that. You're the culmination of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
And actually, they've done studies that it's even further than that.
Yeah.
So, like, the people you spend time with actually influence me, even if I don't know them.
I know that's true. And I've known so many agents that spend their time with maybe not even other agents, but people out there in the public that are downers. Everything's a catastrophe. It's never going to work. Why would you do that? Well, guess what? That is defeating to you.
It is.
And again, one of the struggles as a human being is to be able to lift yourself out of that. And one of the talents and skills you have to develop as a realtor is to be able to lift yourself out of that. So pay attention to who you hang around with. It's really, really super important. We could break that down to money and attitude and everything else. But all of your people affect you. Now, sometimes maybe you've got your best friend is a negative Nancy. No offense to anyone named Nancy.
Sorry, Nancy's and Downers.
And you have to come to the decision. Do I hang around with this person or do I cut them out?
Yeah. And that's a hard thing to do. And it really is. And sometimes it's maybe not cutting them out, but limiting your exposure to them. Or balancing it with things like this that will help bring you back up.
Absolutely.
Maybe bring them to it so that they can actually be brought up too, because it is really hard. I mean, we're constantly surrounded by negative media and negative thought, and it is hard to stay positive today. So surround yourself.
That's why I don't watch the media.
Exactly. That's why I don't either. So surround yourself by like-minded individuals, by positive individuals, and strive to become one of those positive individuals.
Your job is to lift people up, not to stomp on them.
Yes.
Real estate, and we'll move on to public networking in a minute. Real estate is already a tough enough business.
Yes.
It's a sales job. You hear no lots of times. You have people around you that are going, oh, why are you doing that? Oh, are you crazy? You got into real estate.
You should do this. You
Go
should
get
do
a
that.
job.
Oh my gosh, when are you going to
And to be able to manage that is a super duper important thing that agents need to learn. It's kind of like I say, hey, the biggest, hardest problem an agent has once they become a realtor is getting your butt out of bed every morning.
Yes.
Because there ain't nobody telling you to do it.
You don't have a clock to punch.
Yep. So find people that will kick you in the butt and get you out of bed in the morning.
Yes.
So.
And that is one of the great things about groups like that, because at least on Wednesdays, you're somewhere by 9 a.m.
Absolutely. And every day you should plan your day.
Yes.
No, that's a whole nother topic.
That's another topic.
So industry networking, super important. It's a lot better to do deals with people you know than it is to do deals with all of the many strangers that are out there.
And you're going to get hit up by so many, especially if you're a new agent. Oh my God, you're going to get calls from
Everybody.
lender, every title rep. Everyone out there is going to want to have lunch with you. So,
And the reason there's more to networking is because I promise you, if you're going to an industry event, you're going there to get to know people, learn stuff, stay motivated, because they're not going to refer you a client. And if you don't have clients in real estate,
then
you don't got
have a
anything.
business. You don't have a business. You
Correct.
have to go somewhere to get clients as well. So it's important to network outside of just industry events. And I know that we have a million industry events that you could go to each week, and it's very easy to fill your calendar up with those. But go to events outside of that as well, or create your own events. There's people that network in their Camp Gladiator groups that go work, and that's a good one to go to because you're actually working out too. So you're getting
I'm not going
there. You could be Dale and live at Starbucks. I
do live at Starbucks a lot, don't I?
Y'all, Every Starbucks knows him by name the second he says his order.
Just about.
That's a thing. But yeah, I mean, find something that you're interested in, that is a hobby of yours that actually you enjoy to do, and make that something that becomes a networking opportunity for you.
And I mean, what you're doing normally when you're networking in the public arena, you're trying to grow what we lovingly call your sphere of influence and all of that. So there's a couple of ways that you have to do, and the biggest one is don't be a secret agent. I hate that term, but remind people you're in real estate, and that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that you're in the middle of church and you walk up, Tiffany, it's so good to see you. I want to know, do you want to sell your house?
Yeah, don't be
That's
that
not what that is.
Don't be that guy.
That is, it's more of, hey, Tiffany, how you doing? How's the family, the kids growing up? Blah, blah, blah. Do the stuff that you really care about
It's
them.
a relationship thing, guys, and you have to be that way. You don't want to be the guy that comes into a group and is like, hey, I'm a realtor. Here's my card. Hey, I'm a realtor. Here's my card. Hey. Because then you just help, perpetuate the, we're car salesman mentality. So really build relationships, and then the rest will follow. And that's what we mean by networking. Like, just do something consistently.
And I promise you, even networking, I always use church as an example because there's lots of people there and you usually talk to lots of people.
And you usually go weekly.
Absolutely. And in those conversations that you said, hey, Tiffany, how's it going today? And Tiffany's going to say something like,
oh, it's going great. Work is crazy. The family's good.
oh, why's your work so crazy?
Oh, just kicking off the new year and work and real estate and goal setting and things like that.
I always forgot you were a photographer in real estate and many other things. Have you seen any great houses lately? People will always go to real estate.
People like to talk about real estate. So much so that there have been times that sometimes I don't want to talk about real estate. We've all been there before where it's like, oh, okay, now they're going to ask me how it is. And it's hard. It's hard to turn it off. And we all know that we can hear from 4 tables away that somebody's talking about real estate when we're in a restaurant, because you have that radar. Like, oh, you want to sell your house? Hold on.
Yeah, the whole conversation comes to an end with your lunch date, whoever it is, whatever you're talking about, business, personal, whatever. And it's like, oh my gosh, I've got to listen to this. Hold on.
Let me hear.
And then what happens, unless you're like me, you never go up and talk to him. You just stopped your whole conversation and where you were going for nothing.
So be prudent and useful in it. But yeah, I think that's something that's really important, is to make sure that something you enjoy doing, go weekly. Don't be the obnoxious person, but just, talk casually and your job will come up. And
always. And I hope you had holiday parties over the holiday season or whatever, and any parties you come up to. That's a networking event, and you don't have to be obnoxious about it.
No.
You just start a conversation with someone, and real estate will come up. There are ways to be taught. Oh, what is it? The Ford method or the Frog method?
The Frog.
Family.
It's
Ford or Frog. Family, recreation, occupation, dreams.
And dream. Yeah. No.
That's goals.
Yeah.
Same thing. Basically, if you break it down.
Well, that's fraud.
F.
Make it dreams instead
Family.
of goals.
Family. Now I can't talk.
If you do family, recreational, occupation, and dreams, it's fraud instead of frog.
It's Ford, family, occupation, recreation, dreams.
So
or
Ford.
Frog,
Okay.
family, recreation, occupation, and goals.
However you want to look at it, just do you, boo.
There is a way to not lead conversations, but just natural conversations. Guys, men, if you're out there listening, guys are good at this. Here, pretend to be a guy.
Okay, I got this.
Hey, Tiffany, glad to meet you.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, how's work?
Good.
Guys go there all the time. All the time. And then as soon as she says good, I'll say, oh, that's great. You know what she'll say back? How's work? Well, you get to introduce yourself. Guys are awful about that. I don't know how girls would do it.
Girls just naturally converse.
A lot.
I think it's easier for us to not even really have to worry about following that method, because we just naturally converse. We naturally ask how people are doing. We naturally, because, that's just, we talk more. Women talk more than men.
And one more tip on that. When you meet someone like that and you're networking with them and you
Ask questions.
ask questions, what does that mean? That means
Listen.
shut up and listen.
Listen. Use your ears.
You got to, realtors, this is all related to this, and then we'll wrap this up for today. You've got to learn, what's the dumb saying? God gave you 2 ears and one mouth. Yeah, apply that.
Yeah.
Because for 2 reasons. Number one, if you're not truly interested in that person, it makes you think they are.
That sounds terrible.
I know, but that's just the reality. But if you can be truly interested in that person or persons you're meeting and talking with, you're always going to ask more questions than you are going to be talking. There's nothing worse than meeting a realtor or any other occupation as far as that goes, and they go into, hey, Tiffany, glad to meet you. You know, I'm a realtor. Business has been so weird this past year, blah,
I'm
blah,
amazing.
blah. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're talking
Don't give them your resume.
about yourself.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter unless it comes up naturally in a conversation where you're asking them questions and you're responding to
And
their
people like
questions.
to talk about themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing I'm really not good at, remember their name.
Oh, I'm good at that. Well, and also, I think genuinely listen. And
True.
when I say genuinely listen, hear what they're saying, maybe repeat it back to them. You know, there's different methods of listening. Listen with your, I'm about to go into an Academy 4 lesson here. Listen with your whole body. Listen with your eyes. Be paying attention. Watch what they're saying. Be listening with your hands. Don't be fidgeting. Don't be playing on your phone. Don't be looking away. You know, listen with your heart. Like, actually care about what they're saying. This is a legitimate Academy 4 lesson. And it's so funny because every time I go to Academy 4, I do these lessons with these 4th graders, and I think these would be beneficial for a lot of adults.
Absolutely.
I really do. Because you shouldn't be formulating your next response. Because if you're just hearing what they're saying and going, okay, I can say this to that, I can say that, you're not actually listening to what they're saying. You're worried about what you're going to say next.
Absolutely. And honestly,
Yeah.
that takes practice for most people. And the only way you get practice is how? Do
By
it.
doing it.
Do it.
I think somebody posted something recently that was like, if you want to do something, just do it. That's it. Just do it.
Do it.
Like, stop overthinking everything. Just do it. So,
Done is better than perfect. I'm trying to think of all the good sayings
Yeah.
about all that. Just go out and do it. Meet people, realtors, networking in groups is one thing. Individually is one thing. Networking with coworkers is one thing.
Little mom groups.
All of those are super important. Also, in the networking thing, you can do some of those online. Not my preference,
Oh, no.
but you can do online kind of things in groups and things like that. And there's Meetup and there's
the
this
women
and
know
there's
what
that.
I'm talking about when I say the mom groups.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh my God.
Don't get caught up in the negativity that goes on in some of that. Online people go crazy. But hey, we got to wrap this up for
Yes, we
today.
do.
We, like I said, we've got a lot coming for the show this year. Interviews coming up. We're going to do a book review. I'm going to say the name of the book one more time. Atomic Habits. Tiffany and I are both reading that together right now. And for realtors, it's got a lot of stuff in it. I really do recommend
It's
it.
very eye-opening to even just things that you don't realize are things that could be easy switches, or, and I actually realized some things that I do and I didn't realize that I was doing.
Absolutely.
Was a good habit building technique. So I was like, oh, pat myself on the back there. But it does kind of help you take a mental step back and go, okay, what else can I change that's seemingly
Yeah.
small?
So go read that, get that, listen to that, whatever. Anytime I say read anymore, I mean
I do Audible.
Audible.
I might actually get the hard copy of this since we're going to do a book
I
review.
think so, too.
So I can make notes. But yeah, I think that it is definitely either way. But this is a book that I know a lot of people read, you know, at least once a year or have read it multiple times.
Yep.
So it's a good book for the beginning of the year. Get it, read
Get it, read it. We'll be talking about it off and on throughout the next upcoming months or so.
Yeah.
But you know what? That means we have to go.
We're done. Hey,
I've got to
guys.
drink my water so I can go get some coffee.
Dale's going to drink his water. You guys go ahead and like and subscribe to our channels, please.
Yeah, what channels do we have?
We have YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We share a lot of fun things that are in addition to the podcast that you can get beneficial use out of. We did post some planners and things like that are Canva
yeah.
templates, fun quotes and things like that to motivate you. And then also anywhere you can find your podcast. So,
There you go. And oh yeah, give us a review. Love 5-star reviews and
really
all that
like
on the
the 5
podcast.
stars.
That helps a lot. And also YouTube. Make sure you go watch us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube.
please subscribe to us.
Kind of our funnest thing. Even though we're kind of like just talking heads mostly, soon we'll have a third
I think
person
it's more
here.
fun to watch us than listen to us, but it's just me. So you guys,
Oh no, it's way more
You
fun.
let us know.
It's way more fun to listen to us.
okay.
Maybe.
But then you can't see my facial expressions to the things you say.
Oh, that's true.
All right, guys. You guys
Bye.
have
Go.
a good week.
Have a good week. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye.